Hey yo, shout out to the Leos out there, 1212. So, I may cuss, but I don't curse. Let's get that situated first. Bars because I'm nice and all that. If you want to get in contact with me because you want a reading of some sort, whether it's an astrological reading or a tarot reading, or you want a natal chart reading, go to my description box. All of the links and information will be there for that. So I do have a revised natal chart product to where I've like revamped the whole situation to where the definitions are fuller and they come directly from me as a source. You know, of course, astrology is the same all across the board. So no matter what astrologer you go to, you're gonna get the same meat and potatoes. It just has extensive information that derives from me as a astrologer as well. That's $200. You can Chime me, you can PayPal me, you can what's the other one? Zelle me. All right, beforehand. Pre-recorded, you get either a YouTube unlisted link, or I can just put it in all audio format for those of you who like to drive and listen, or for those of you who like to multitask while not having to look at the face while interpreting information. All right, because there's no face on these readings, on the natal chart readings. I do provide face-to-face consultation with the astrology reads and the tarot reads as well, if that's what you want, if that's what you're comfortable with. If you're not comfortable with that, or you're on the go a lot, so you would just rather something pre-recorded, I do offer those now as well, for a lesser price as well. And you can order one of those as well by utilizing my Chime, my PayPal, or my Zelle. All right, real simple stuff, y'all. Real simple stuff. If it seems complicated and you need more information, just reach out to me. You can get in the comment section. However you choose to reach out to me, just reach out to me and I can fix it for you. That's what I do. I'm a solution-oriented individual. All right. With all that being said, let me get into what's being read. Bars are nice. So Leos. All right. Right now, a situation is at hand where a karmic debt has been repaid. So for the actual Leos watching this, I got a message for the actual Leos and I got a message for the Crosswatchers. For the actual Leos watching this, you were violated in some type of way in the past. You make this fit the way it is supposed to fit, all right? Whether it was romantically, whether it was betrayal along the lines of friendship, or whatever the case may be, something like that. You were violated, and it was something that impacted you to the point where a lot of people knew about it, so it kind of like bruised your ego. It did. And with a Leo, to get the ego bars bruised is like not a cool thing, right? Granted, I've been shown that you thought about revenge before, but you felt it wasn't deep enough. The scar was deep, but you felt like the action wasn't deep enough because part of you was actually wrong. Even though you were violated, it was warranted, is what I'm saying. All right. To that extent, maybe not. But from the outside looking in, any sane person who heard the entire story will be able to say, well, damn. If I'd have been in that situation, I might have done that too, or something along those lines. So what I'm being shown to tell you is that what happened has been repaid to the person that did it to you. So even though I'm saying that the act was warranted, it doesn't matter. The great work is the situation at hand for the Leo energy. It doesn't matter. Karma still came for this person. So this is probably a karmic lesson for anyone and everyone who wants to know about karma or doesn't believe in karma or something like that. No, this person got paid back their karma regardless if it was warranted. God avenges. God takes revenge. And this person has received it. Some of y'all, this is NDEs as well. For some of y'all, these are near-death experiences that occurred. That's just for some of y'all though. Others of y'all, like I said, it was just a violation, a trespass of some sort, betrayal of some sort, something like that. Now for the Crosswatchers, this is a situation where you were always concerned about this act that you took on someone and wondering if karma was real in that aspect. I get y'all believers of karma already anyway, and just always wondering when that would take place, and it happened. This is how you feel about the situation. Copper for the Leo's energy. Copper is how you feel about the situation. And is this a thing where, well, if you wish it or if you think about it, it's going to come into play? I think it's more about intuition with the Crosswatcher. Like, you knew, like I said, I think you are a believer in karma anyway. So you was just like, okay, when is it going to play out? Or is it going to affect my kid? Or is it going to, you know what I mean? The next generation, 2 generations down? Or is it going to come back for me? Not saying that it haunted you, but it was in the back of your mind. And it's been made clear to you that this thing has been repaid back to you. This karmic debt has been repaid to you. And you survived it. So even those of you who had NDEs that I'm talking about, all right? So let me get to my dream so I can better clarify, break this open a little bit better, right? So the dream was short-lived. It was about teeth. It was about rotting teeth, all right? And me and this individual who we're no longer cool because of reasons I'm not going to discuss. But this is something that I also want to tell y'all. Whatever happened between y'all, like, it's done, it's not fixable. This is the factor to consider. The Raven's head. Yo, I can tell right now with this card being pulled, it's not fixable. As soon as I said it's not fixable, it's not fixable. This is leading to something new. All right? Which is fantastic for the both of y'all, because like I said, this karmic debt has been repaid. Y'all are even Steven now. I'm telling you. Spirit has told me to tell you, y'all are even Steven. Now go about your ways. This thing is not fixable. All right? But I think y'all know that. At first y'all didn't know that, but now y'all know that. Because sometimes when things are freshly done, there is like an inch of room to try to reconcile it or fix it. But once you let it settle and you come to terms with what actually happened, you're like, nah, this had to happen. I needed this to be revealed to me about you, and vice versa. Because let's just imagine if we'd have went 10 or 20 more years down the road and to come to find out later on that you felt that way. So this is also a lesson about people that give backhand compliments, or people that just can't wait to be in a different environment to act a different way with you, how this can play a part in your life, right? So it's different when you're in a proximity or the same group of people and stuff like that. It's like everyone is on kind of like the same behavior, but when that relationship is like taken out of the area, the proximity, or around another group of people, you can see the dynamics of those people change, and it can be dangerous. So this is a lesson on that as well. So anyway, to the dream, right? We get to the dream, and me and this person, we meet up at a hotel room. We are there for the purpose of switching teeth. All right? Pretty strange, right? But we're swapping teeth. So we both pull up with our teeth in like the denture boxes. But they're not like perfect teeth. They're like used teeth. Like our real teeth is inside of these things. And what had happened was we had already swapped our teeth for each other's. So I'm carrying their teeth in my case. They're carrying my teeth in their case. And we're coming to re-swap back. So what I get from that is you guys have switched positions. You gals have switched positions. Even if it's a guy on girl, I'm getting all of this is in context here. You showed empathy, and I feel like this took some time to do as well. At first you didn't want to because your ego was involved. You're like, I'm not putting myself in that person's shoes. What they did was wrong, foul, fucked up, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? but eventually you ended up putting yourself in this other person's shoes because you feel a loss of vitality in some type of way. You feel like you're losing your status, your ego. You feel like you're losing your power and recognition in some type of way. And it could, what I'm getting up mostly is that it's largely based around aging, right? You might have a couple of wrinkles here and there, you know? You might have a couple of grays here and there. And this is weighing heavy on your mind. You might have a couple of missing teeth, you know, just keeping it a bean. And subconsciously, this is eating away at your mind. Not only that, the status of one another, and you make it fit the way it's supposed to fit, either you, Leo, or either you, Crosswatcher, is on a spotlight here. Like, it's either being scrutinized, it's definitely being analyzed to say, well, is the recognition and status getting higher now with age and wisdom, or is it lessening? Do they look at you like a child, or do they look at you like as irresponsible or ignorant, arrogant, loud, saying nothing? These are the things that are coming to play in the subconscious mind. And when you empathized with that person and vice versa, what you found was, oh shit, I do know what it feels like to want to violate someone because of what they did or said to me. And the other is like, well, I do know what it feels like to be violated now. Because like I said, the karmic debt has been returned. I do know how it feels to be violated now by someone you once was like this with. You understand what I'm saying? So that part is repaid. But now what's lingering and lasting in the minds of you two are, well, how do people see us now? Because this event that took place it was so loud that it's part of your life story. So if people from the outside looking in was to bring up you two's name at the same time, then that story would pop up. And after some time, it's like, well, how does your name ring in that sentence? How does it ring in that conversation? Do they compare? Because people do it all the time. Do they compare and contrast you and them then to now? And that's what's happening. For some of you, you are looking at it like, damn, that might have been one of the highlights of my life. Because now there's some time later and people don't really talk about me like that. Or if they do talk about me, it's not in the same light that they used to talk about me back then. Even though it was some foul, shady shit that happened, at least I was popping back then. This is how you're viewing it. Now, for the Crosswatcher, you're looking at it like the same way, but it's just on the other side of the fence. Like, man, I sure was lit back then, but I did some foul shit. You know what I mean? So how is my name popping up in conversations now? Well, they're like, you're boring, for one. And they're like, well, this person is being corrected by the Department of Corrections. I don't know, some shit like that, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, they not like that no more. They bougie, or it's one of those things. Like, and you're telling yourself, like, yeah, I got like a second chance at life or something like that. Like, I realize my wrongs and I'm righting them or whatever. You think you're justified, but again, empathy has allowed you to see, well, they talk about that person that I violated more than they talk about me now. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm being showed to tell you is that it depends on the social circles. All right? So I'm going to read the teeth definition for dreamers. The dream of teeth represents your vitality and self-confidence, a reflection of how good you feel about your physical appearance, talents, or anything that gives you status or power. Feelings about how permanently confident you are capable of being. To dream of teeth falling out represents a loss of power, confidence, or self-esteem in some area of your life. A corrosive situation or feelings of a loss of vitality. Dreams of teeth falling out are common to people aging or who feel they are losing their looks. It's also common to people who are losing money, a career, or status of some kind. Feelings about a loss of permanent confidence. To dream of extracting teeth may represent a deliberate and proactive effort to remove something that is causing a loss of vitality, confidence, or self-esteem in some area of the dreamer's life. It may symbolize a desire or need to take control of a corrosive situation or to regain loss of vitality. This dream also indicates a willingness to sacrifice or let go of something in order to move forward and regain control. The act of extracting teeth may be a metaphor for taking decisive action to address a problem or issue that has been causing a loss of power or confidence. The act of extracting teeth may also represent a painful process of letting go, indicating that the dreamer may be struggling with the decision to move on from something or someone that has been causing them harm or holding them back. So this is all embedded in there. For those of you who have been feeling the pain to let go, I'm feeling like it's the pain to let go of the past people and the past experience. All right, because like I said, in some conversations, they're going to bring up y'all two name, and then that incident is going to come up too, and y'all make it fit the way it's supposed to fit. How many years ago was that? All right, you got to let that go. Even if it was a great part of your childhood, your teen life, your 20s, whatever it was, your 30, whatever. It's done, it's over, and like I said, there's no fixing it. If you want to look at this in a spiritual lens, you say, okay, the karmic debt has been repaid. Some of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Something happened to the Crosswatcher, more recent, and the Leo, less recent, all right? And the karmic debt has been repaid in that essence. And not for nothing, whatever issues are dwelling in the subconscious mind for you right now, right? It's like, yo, you can take action to change that, all right? You can take action to change that. It's not the end. You can always grab control. This reading is saying it. The teeth explanation in the dream is saying it. You can find out what's making something corrosive, whether it's in your body, outwardly, and change it. I'll give you an example, right? There's something osteosis. It's like the study of the bones, right? So it's something in osteosis where, and this is very specific to this Leo energy, because you got to study the opposite of Leo energy, which is Aquarius. Now, Aquarius rules over the nerves of the body, right? So there was one time where I had to get surgery done on one of my teeth. And, you know, there was like filling in a partial because I had a cavity, right? So, okay, routine checkup. I go see how I got to, get this thing fixed with my tooth. So I go to the dentist. I get the surgery done. Now, I would say about maybe a year later, I started experiencing sciatica pain. And if any of you are familiar with that, that is some shit that you do not want. My father had that in his later years of his life too. That's some shit you don't want to feel. You don't know when it's coming. The pain can get very sharp, but when I heard of sciatica for the first time, when my father explained it to me, I thought it was some shit you couldn't get rid of. First of all, I thought it was just like a fucking disease or something. You know what I'm saying? But come to find out, no, you can fix it. You can fix it, and it has more to do with osteosis and nerve. It's the combination of osteosis and nerves. I forget what the other, there's another term used for it as well, but my point is this. It was something in the nerve of my tooth that caused the sciatica pain. And the way that I knew this is because after after your tooth will erode. So whenever they do surgery on your tooth or whatever the case may be, if they're making a partial or whatever the case may be, eventually years later it's going to erode again. It's going to wear down some more. You might have to get it redone. You understand what I'm saying? So what I noticed was as the new tooth or the partial began to erode a little more, like I would tinker with it, and I noticed that my sciatica pain would disappear. Like it's gone now. And I was working on it hard, like I was doing yoga and I was doing, you know what I mean? I was just wondering like, yo, where the fuck is this? Why is this happening? You know what I'm saying? And I'm concerned because I'm like, yo, I'm only this, I'm like, yo, it's too early for this type of shit. You know what I mean? I'm keeping it a bang, bars. So the yoga only went but so far. I'm like, yo, something else need to be addressed. So it's just subconsciously, I'm just like tinkering with my tooth, not going to the dentist yet because it actually even feels a little better. Like my tooth feels loosened up more now that it has eroded a bit. So instead of going back to the dentist to get it all upholstered up again, I'm just like chilling. You know what I'm saying? There's no pain in my tooth. The pain is in my leg. But the more that I noticed that my tooth was loosening up, the pain in my leg, the sciatica pain disappeared completely. Like I don't even feel it no more, like at all. So this is what I'm saying to y'all. Make some adjustments in your life. Do some shifting around. Take matters into your own hands. Let bygones be bygones. I'm not saying that this thing is fixable. You heard me say that about 4-5 times now. It's not. It's done. It's over. Spirit got involved as well. Like, y'all did what y'all did. Spirit got involved and said, you see what the consequences can be of these types of actions. Next time y'all know. Y'all are more mature now. Y'all more wiser now, hopefully. And y'all will know how to better handle yourselves in situations moving forward. So now let me get into the interpretation of what we have here. The Great Work card being pulled here, the situation at hand, it just merely tells me that maybe both of you have since then done some great things for yourself, worked on some great things. I think even if some of you have not grown in a mature way, I think there are still great qualities about you that people pinpoint and can say about you. And what I'm saying is, if that's not enough for you, you need to chill and just accept and embrace the things that you have, because it should be enough for you. You know, sure, you can do more. If you feel like you could do more and you should do more, then go ahead and do more. But don't ignore or be in denial of the good things that you have done, despite this thing that occurred. Because again, I'm getting at, Leos, you trolled someone or you provoked someone to behave a certain way towards you, and you tried to deflect it for some time and act like you ain't have, you know what I mean? You wasn't the antagonist. That's the word, right? You wasn't the one who provoked the situation, and the other person is just crazy and stuff like that. And that's not the truth. And you know that's not the truth. That was a lie. But you did right by not taking vengeance into your own hands. You let things go. You didn't hold on to it. And that person got theirs anyway. They ended up getting theirs anyway. So that puts more of a responsibility on you to take matters into your own hands, like the definition was saying, and to fix things for yourself that you feel you lost power in. The magnum opus shimmers in the distance, promising purpose, achievement, and understanding. When will we get there? When will our efforts be recognized? Amidst pressure and expectations, we come to realize each alchemist's life is an accumulation of moments in which attention is placed upon a subject within the laboratory. The artist draws a single line. The poet scribes a single word. The rose forms a single leaf. The magnum opus card reminds us that the alchemical garden grows from seeds tended to by devoted hands in the grace of sun, water, and earth. You cannot force the great work. You cannot claim it or complete it. This card arrives to whisper words of encouragement. You are in the right place, the most important place for you. This is the alchemical garden. Tend to the youngest growth. Be delicate and precise. So this is basically saying to take it easy on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there is some great qualities about you, the great work that you've done. Maybe it comes through the form of taking care of children. Maybe it comes through the form of just making people laugh and smile. Maybe you're entertaining. If you feel like you have less accomplishments, like maybe you don't have degrees or you know what I mean? Like, that's not the point. The point is, what seeds have you planted in this world, in your life, that took time to grow, and people appreciate that growth process. If they appreciate it, why can't you? That's the situation at hand right now for you, Leo, and the Crosswatcher. All right? Because both of you also seeing rotting teeth in the dream is there's some form of a regret. There's some feeling of regret. It's like you regret probably doing what you've done, Crosswatcher. And you too, Leo. You probably regret being such an asshole. Like, I'm just keeping it a bean. But what's being told to me to tell to both of you is Spirit has already handled it. The debt has been repaid. The lesson has been taught, and you were supposed to have learned. So there's no need for regret. There's no need for it. Now, how you feel about it, let's see how you feel about it, right? The copper. Let's see how you feel about it with copper. Copper. In ancient times, on an island called Cyprus, copper was mined extensively to make vessels and tools. This island is the same fertile ground of Aphrodite, the goddess associated with the planet Venus and the forces of love, pressure, and fertility. Such is the magic of copper. This golden-hued metal elicits delight and mystique, even a sense of awe. The copper card makes the arrival of Eros into the laboratory. It is likely the alchemist has been hard at work for too long, prioritizing scholarly pursuits over sensual pleasure. Get ready for a shift of priorities, for an awakening of the heart and the life-generating centers of the body. In the true alchemical experiment, nothing is excluded or separate from the work. Bring sensuality into the fold and embrace it with reverence and curiosity. Aphrodite smiles upon you. So nothing is separated from the work. You know what I'm getting from this is that people, corporate people, behave soullessly, or they think soullessly to the point where they say, no fraternizing in the workplace. However, a lot of relationships start in the workplace. Just keep it in the bean, right or wrong. Look, let's not be in denial here. It's like, don't tell us to do it and we're going to do it. But I think just naturally, if you spend that amount of time around someone, it's going to happen. So what I'm getting for y'all is love has entered your life, and subconsciously you have been questioning the things that you've done prior to this feeling of love. And you're asking yourself if you deserve it. This copper card is saying that you feel like you deserve it. But the real questioning comes from modern times in contrast to prior times. And it's just like, what's wrong with feeling good at work? Or what's wrong with a flirt at work? Or you know what I'm saying? Like, why is there so much taboo and stigma placed around that? And if I don't allow the feeling and the expressions of love into my life while I'm doing my work, what's the point? And why do I have to separate the two? I'll give you a perfect example, right? Here goes a story. So the other day, like, I've broken my apartment down based upon numerology. So one area of my apartment is labeled by the number 6, which represents family, environment, building, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? The nurturing of a family, environment, yada, 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 yada. I didn't have to yada that out like it was corny or something. Like, nah, it's true though. You know what I mean? So I keep one side like that. The other side I have altered and turned it into an 8 for business purposes, for abundant purposes. The number 8 represents abundance, right? Power. So in doing so, sometimes I sleep on either side. Like, I'll just feel my way through. And what I noticed about my studio is one side is colder than the other. And the side with the 8 is colder than the side with the 6. Where the family environment, the warmth of family, and it makes sense, right? The warmth that family would bring, surrounded by more people that nurture each other, there's a feeling of warmth there. But when I'm on my 8 side, I'm more calculated, I'm more assessing, I'm cold because I'm calculating. So when you're calculating, a lot of the times you're going to be cold. And the other night I moved from the 8 side to the 6 side because it was just a little too cold in here. It's still winter. It's a green winter in New York. This is some new shit. We ain't used to this. They just been exposed for fucking with the sky and tinkering with the weather and all that. They just revealed themselves. It's a fucking green winter out here, B. So, make a long story longer, right? I grabbed my shit. I went to the other side. I went to the warmer side. And this is when I had a dream that pertained more to family and warmth. But not only that, I had a phone call, a conversation took place to where even the person hung up the phone. They mentioned family before hanging up the phone. So now I took heed to that. Like, sometimes I pay closer attention to the conversations that take place when I'm on the 6 side, and I take heed to the conversations that take place when I'm on the 8 side. You understand what I'm saying? And the reason being, I feel like some of your situations, they are like that, to where you're sorting out the warmth in your life and you're separating it instead of embodying it as one. And I think you can do that. I think that analogy is good because it's still the same place. You know, even it's separated by numerology, but I can just easily walk from one side to the other. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm feeling like that's where you're at with it right now. You're allowing yourself to open up and step into the ability to experience love while also loving what you're doing and not feeling like a complete soulless asshole by doing what you're doing, because you have to be attentive. You have to make assessments. You understand what I'm saying? So that's that. Now the Raven's head, I can just tell you, this lets you know that there's no turning back. So when I say let bygones be bygones between you, Leo, and this person that you had a situation with, Crosswatcher, you and this Leo that you had a situation with, I really mean that. I don't mean that y'all gotta be friends. As a matter of fact, I don't see it even happening. You won't be friends again. It's just one of those stories that goes down in the Akashic records that, you know, it's been recorded in time. You both survived it, and I think that's really the beauty of it. And you don't have to erode from it anymore. I feel like it had a lasting effect on you, on both of you. And now it's like, okay, it's done. What's done has been done. And we can truly move on in our lives now, you know? Some of you may have to fix how the conversations go now. You know what I mean? You need something new in your life. That can't be the highlight of the barbecue anymore. Remember when you and you so-and-so got into it and such and such happened and y'all did this and y'all did that? It's just like, that can't be the highlight of the barbecue no more. Also, on the other side of that, you can't long for the highlight of the barbecue, right? So for those who already moved on and you're removed from those types of environments, conversations, and people, you can't look for that to be the highlight of your life anymore. Like, damn, I missed the barbecue. I'm going on Labor Day. Just because you want to be in people's face, you want to hear that type of shit again, or you want to hear how you was a legend in the hood back then. It doesn't fucking matter no more. There's no turning back, V. When you see this card, it means there's no turning back. The Raven's head won't even let you. Like spirit, like I said, spirit is involved now. Whatever it is you do now, it found you, you found it. It is at the forefront of your life now. There is no turning back. So listen to your modern conversations. Listen to the modern people in the modern times. All right? You're not foul or soulless, as I mentioned, for moving on. Swap the teeth back. Y'all empathize. Y'all know how it feels to be each other now. Down to the experience. Oh, shit. Some of y'all, again, NDEs, near-death experiences. You survived. You understand what it's like to be the other person now. Now get the fuck on. I gotta say it like that. Get the fuck on now. Like, because y'all are blowing minds right now. With this whole, leave it the fuck alone. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna open up the tarot. I'm gonna pull a card to set the theme. Alright? Keep it a bean, pull a card, set the theme, bars. Fucking nice. And then I'm gonna go into the extended. If you wanna get the extended, $8. Chime, PayPal, Zelle me. You'll get the password. Oh, I'll be leaving that. I forgot to mention that. There's a password. It's still a simple process, y'all. You pay the $8, I send you a password. Simple. You enter the password into the video, you get to see it. You know what I mean? Simple shit. But the extended link will be the first link that you see. Here goes the theme. What we dealing with. Judgment in reverse. And this is what I'm saying. There's some self-doubt. One of you, maybe both of y'all, have self-doubt about this. And it's because if it's because one of y'all, or maybe both, is refusing to learn the lesson. It's a karmic lesson. Like, I kid you not. How can the judgment in reverse pop out right now? Like, I kid you not. There was a karmic lesson to it, and one of you is refusing to learn the karmic lesson. Man, it's disheartening. It really is. Because I felt during the reading, like I'm explaining it, I even came up with like righteous advice. I felt as I'm explaining it, as I'm seeing the dream. I felt it in the dream, like, oh, okay, y'all came to terms. Y'all swap teeth. Y'all swapping back. This must mean that it's over. But somebody, and it's because of vitality, I'm telling you, somebody feels like they've lost power in ranking. Like, oh, they're higher than me now. It's an ego thing. This is definitely a Leo reading. It's an ego thing, and it's like, it's only one of you, yo, I'm telling you. This is a 2 card. It could be both of you. It could be both of you. Let me not just say it's one of you. The factor to consider is move the fuck. I gotta get the fuck on. But I'm going to get the deets for this. I want to see if it's two of you, because it is a 2 card, and I did weigh both pros and cons for both sides. Like, one of you may feel like you want to live the glory again of the legendary status, and one of you may feel like you need to get more degrees under your belt or something like that to catch up with the other person. And it's just like, really? This shit is elementary, B. But I'm going to get some more in the extended till next time I'm out.